sit on a toilet, piss out my ass. Sit on a toilet, piss out my ass. I was overhydrating myself. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
You kept sending things like, I'm pissing out my ass again, like all day. Every time you pissed out your ass, we got it.
It's a quarterly report on Nick's butthole. every 3 months, you're like, I got the squirts again. It's like, oh yeah.
Welcome to the Spin Dash Retro Gaming Podcast. Prepare yourself for the joy of classic gaming. Fired straight into your delicate little ear holes. Fire away.
You're just as bad, you little shit, so don't talk.
What?
You and your health trends.
Yeah,
what is that?
healthy, man.
What is that bullshit that you sent? Like fermented tea?
Oh no, it's pu'er tea. It's like really strong caffeine wise and like good for you.
Oh, I saw that. It's like, where do you find this hippie shit? Where do you find this stuff?
The health food store right on the way to daycare, man.
It's okay. I'll be dealing with the hoity-toity people of Kennebunk. It's part of my territory now.
Ain't no hoity-toity in my area. Fucking neighbor dogs biting another neighbor.
You doing?
I was hoping you'd go Batman those dogs and just get out there and start fighting animals.
Yeah. No, not that. I gotta be civil here, you know.
John, you might see me driving in your neighborhood and helping out all those old people.
Yeah, they need it.
Just drive really fast, Nick. If you strike one of the dogs, you've done John a favor.
Yes. No, there's a camper now in another yard on my street that's painted like a cow. So that's exciting.
Jesus.
Yeah, an old metal camper.
Nice.
So yeah,
it's probably a bunch of hipsters. They're probably doing it to be ironic,
right?
This is
He has dreadlocks, man. He's a white guy with dreads. Very
Definitely
interesting character.
Hipster.
I don't know. I think he's just, a sublime cast off.
Oh yeah.
I bet you could buy some awesome weed off him.
Yeah, probably.
Amongst other things.
It's growing out back somewhere.
Yeah. It's not even where he's staying. It's just his grow center. It's like Trailer Park Boys. He's just the whole cow-shaped camper is just weed.
Right?
Yeah. But hey, let's jump on into this. Welcome to another. Do
it, you won't. Do it, you won't.
Welcome to another episode of Spin Dash Retro.
We're gonna make you drink.
No. You can make me drink at the wedding we have coming up. Welcome to another episode of Spin Dash Retro. Joining me today are some two bombastic co-hosts, Matt and John. How are you guys doing today? Wow. That was off the fly.
You had a couple episodes where you're giving us like unique titles.
And then
you dropped it for a bit, and in this case, you kind of brought it back to a lesser extent.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know what to really call you guys.
Got a couple fuckers here.
Yeah, right.
Purple Louis.
I know. Louis or Ruiz. So we'll hop on into that later, but with our game of the week. But how you guys doing? What you guys been up to?
Been doing good. Nothing too exciting. I don't really have any updates for you guys. Wow, it's been like 3 weeks since we recorded. 2 weeks since the listener will hear this because we've got to shuffle things around. But in that 2 weeks, I don't actually think I've accomplished anything. So, John, what have you been up to?
Same, man. SSDD. So, yeah, I'm boring.
Yeah. Boring. Dad,
Nick, you've been pissing out your ass.
Yeah. I was donating some time helping out a local cat shelter and helping them set up for their annual big yard sale. And I ended up hurting myself there because I picked up something really heavy and just tweaked my back. And went home and slept it off, took enough painkillers and whatnot, sleep it off. Then still sore the next day. Then cooking kids dinner and cooked everything through thoroughly, apparently except for my meal, which I ended up getting food poisoning. So I went from extreme having back pain, couldn't sleep, to food poisoning that lasted pretty much all through the whole weekend, where I constantly piss out my ass. So that was fun.
What is with you people in toilets? Because, John, you hurt your back on a toilet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my tiny camp, tiny home. I'm too big for that toilet now. So
I mean,
trying to reach the toilet paper, and I just tweaked my back. But, hey, I'm going to the chiropractor again, man. It's been good.
I need to go.
Yeah.
I need to get reset.
So I'm right as rain after a day.
You guys are falling apart. Like,
I was never fully put together to begin with, so that's out there,
Oh, damn these old shitty bodies.
Yep.
Shitty bodies.
Wicked.
But hey, it gave me enough time to beat for like the second time the game of the week, so that was always fun.
You've run laps around John, so that's
yeah.
Well, it was just finding different, first time was just me cruising through, and then second time through was just noticing different things that came out through it. So it was a fun time. But, helping out Hart lets me get inside of some of the stuff they're going to sell ahead of time, and that kind of leads me into pickups. I'll go last, but any pickups from you guys? John, anything?
Nah,
you trying?
Nothing for me.
Ooh.
No, I'm not trying.
Yeah, it's boring, man. I've had a dry run too. I bought a PS1 controller, and that's it.
Ooh, I'm the only one that got really, really wet then.
You're by far the wettest.
Yeah,
without question.
I end up picking up a Nintendo Wii that includes 2 wireless guitar controllers, 3 Wii remotes, Wii chucks to go with those, and 8 games. One of those games being like 10 games, I think, actually. And one of those games actually is a PlayStation 2 game, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. For the Wii games, I end up getting Medal of Honor Heroes 2, Call of Duty World at War, and then the rest are all good. Wii Sports, which I've been actually looking for. Other one I got was another Wii Fit. So anything extra, I'm gonna sell. I'm probably actually gonna end up selling the Wii itself and just put it towards a game fund for later. Matt, I know it hurts you, but
I maintain my philosophy in life, and I'm not living by it currently, but I will someday. I just have priorities. Every TV needs a Wii underneath it. You cannot have too many Wiis. Like, if you have 2 Wiis, go buy a third Wii. I need to work on my second Wii, but I got a Wii U, so I guess that kind of balances out.
Other games, I got Guitar Hero 5, Guitar Hero Aerosmith, Guitar Hero Legends of Rock, and I think there's one other. I think there's another Guitar Hero there as well. So a lot of Guitar Hero. So the original owner of this loved Guitar Hero. Now, Matt, how much do you think I paid for all this?
You already told me.
I know. How much do you think you'd see something for this? Or
I would say that's tough because, like, what's a Wii go for nowadays? A Wii alone is like what, 50 to 70, John? Am I crazy on that? I don't even know.
You're right around the ballpark.
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right around the money, actually.
Yeah, because just the console only, they're selling these things for like 30, 40, something like that. But you've got cables, you've got controllers, and you've got games. So I don't know. My guess on the value, John? What do you think? Like 100-ish? I mean, he's got the guitars too. I don't know what any of that goes for.
So I actually did end up pricing it out.
Wireless guitars, yeah.
So yeah, the wireless guitars are actually like $60 a piece.
No shit.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, they go for like 60. I mean, that's at least what price charting is. So that sometimes I don't feel they're always on. Sometimes I feel they're a little high on some things.
Mm.
Oh, one game I actually forgot to mention. I got Mario Kart for the Wii.
Very nice.
I've been actually searching for that because I actually like that version. Actually, my favorite Mario Kart is actually for the GameCube.
Double Dash?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't played as much of that as I should have.
What was that?
Nah, I don't like it.
It's
not the 64 is the best.
I don't know what I would call. I don't know what I would call the best, but I don't think it's 64. 64 had the best battle because none of them had Block Fort that I know of. The newer ones have a remade.
I love Block Fort, man.
I don't know what it is. What is wrong with Nintendo? Just put Block Fort in a goddamn Mario Kart game. That's the level we all want,
right?
I haven't picked up actually my Switch in a long time.
I haven't either. I went into a gaming drought because when we got done doing Mother, it's like I need a break. I need a break from all games, and I really didn't play any games after that. That's why when you pick this one, I'm like, this is a breath of fresh air because
actually I did pick up something right after Mother 3.
Oh yeah?
I went into Earthbound. Did
you?
Yeah. I got my 3DS and charged and went into Earthbound.
Yeah. I've been playing this game called Intelligent Cube for the PS1. It's actually a pretty cool puzzle game, and it got me thinking we got to do an episode where each of us picks a puzzle game and we just like divide it up into 3. All of us, because you can't do a whole episode on a puzzle game, but I bet you could do, like Tetris, Dr. Mario, and something else. Or I don't know.
Ooh,
Either way, I've been playing this game Intelligent Cube. I like it a lot. It's so cool. It's like you try to, it's like these like blocks keep rolling at you, and you have to like time out which tiles erase the blocks. I don't know how to describe it. It's Google it.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Anything else, guys?
Well, I know you're not drinking, Nick. John, you held up that can for a second. I couldn't see it. What
drinks.
Is that?
Yeah, I got a Main Island Trail Ale from Rising Tide. Good summer beer. They put it out. It's very light IPA.
Nick's not going to make it. I like their stuff. Rising Tide's really good.
Yeah.
I like Rising Tide. I don't like IPAs.
You gotta come into the IPA world, Nick. That's where everything's moving.
No.
Or open up a brewery and compete and don't offer any IPA.
I wouldn't.
That'd be a bold move.
I'll drink I'll drink IPAs willingly when John admits that the Sega Genesis is a superior system.
You got to go with something more down to earth than that, there, buddy.
That is pretty down to earth. That's pretty solid, I think. Actually,
I think. Oh well, hey, we should put a poll out there on something to see if people agree with Nick.
That'll probably never happen. Obviously,
no. So for drinks, I busted out the Scotch for this, Nick.
Ooh, you went fancy.
Now, I think it's the same bottle of Scotch I had when we first started doing this, and then I didn't drink anything when my kids were little. So, like, all this week, I've been busting out the Scotch. I'm like,
so it's aged a little bit, a little aged.
Yeah. So my intro to Scotch was kind of like how not to learn to like Scotch. I bought this like Peat Monster. It's not a Peat Monster. It's not. There's a Scotch called Peat Monster, but it's Lafroig 10-year.
Yep.
It's good. I've acquired. I think I've drank enough bourbon over all these past episodes. Like I had like 6 episodes in a row where I was drinking bourbon. I went back to this. I'm like, well, I kind of like it. It's like drinking a campfire. It's very pleasant. So
yeah. Do you chill it or do you drink it warm? I
would start off. I would do like ice cubes, and as time went on, it's like, well, I'm diluting it. Let's do a smaller ice cube. Let's do it. And as time went on, I would like, I don't want anything in it. So this has got a couple drops of water, and that's it. Other than that, it's basically it's almost neat.
So you need some whiskey cubes.
I've heard whiskey cubes are pretty sweet.
Yeah, they're all right. I mean, I still like ice in mine just because I usually drink after dinner, and so you're full. And like warm whiskey, it doesn't. It kind of like hits your stomach if you're full, and it's like shock to the system. So I still put ice cubes in mine, but yeah, the whiskey stones work. I have a couple.
I hate reading because like I was trying to like I'm gonna run out of this bottle. This bottle's almost done. I'm like, I need another Scotch, right? And you read online, it's like this Scotch tastes like Band-Aids mixed with iodine, mixed with campfire, mixed with. But it's really good. It's like, well, none of the things you said to describe this sound even remotely good. This sounds miserable.
Sounds horrible. It's tragic.
Yeah.
Well, to each his own, I guess. For the drinks, I'll start drinking again.
I love how this podcast is here to shame the non-drinker. I think I'm going to be healthy. I think I'm going to get my life sorted out. The other two are like, no, you fucking ass. Get some alcohol in you.
No. I just got to find a healthy option.
Red wine.
I can't stand red wine.
Why? Nick, you hate everything that's good in life.
It's because I drank two whole bottles in one night and got a really bad hangover for it. So ever since then,
I think you just have to stop drinking Moxie, and then your taste buds will come back to life.
No, I have pretty good taste buds there, bud.
I don't know. I find Moxie tasty.
Yeah.
You converted me at your bachelor party, but that was a whole other story.
I'm converting a lot of, but hey, let's jump into the game of the week, shall we? One, I got John to play a Sega game, and one of my favorite favorite titles in just general. So this week we played Mega Bomberman, or sometimes also known as Bomberman 94. A solid game. I forgot how much I love this game. I actually never had this for my actual Sega, and I think actually the only time I actually ever was playing a Bomberman game prior to Bomberman 64 was through emulation, because I used to play all the super Bombermans on emulation. So, and that's where I grew my love of it. But I just had this one's just near and dear because I just been playing it for such a long time. Pretty much ever since I was able to emulate and play this, I've been playing it. So pretty much since the late 90s.
What cracked me up when you picked this game was that it took you this long to pick it. Because since day one, this has always been in like your top tier. Like, you are constantly talking about Bomberman games. Like, what were you playing tonight? Well, I was playing this Bomberman. What were you playing this night? I was playing this Bomberman. It's like, holy shit, how many Bombermans are there, and how have you not played them all?
There's a lot of Bombermans.
There is a lot. It is a lot. I actually used to always try to find one for just like playing on like my mobile phone. If there's a mobile Bomberman game, I would have played it. So I don't know. I think what it is, it's one of those games you can literally just shut your brain off realistically and you can coast through.
Yep.
But at the same time, you are using then you can be very strategic with this game as well. It's a time-based game, so the better time you get through, the best. But I am a person who also likes to destroy everything. So I'll not leave a stage without having every block like decimated, because I'm always trying to find that next power up. And something I didn't realize with this game, actually they start capping your bomb power in this one.
Is that not something they did in the previous ones?
No, you could have a bomb go off and clean out the whole row. Like if you're just doing that square pattern, you could lay off a bomb at the other end and it'll go all the way down. You can actually power it up to that point, which gets very dangerous if you're just laying off bombs, because you're like, make sure one, you're in the right area, or if you're outside of range, because you don't know how many fire that you got. So, but this game I had a lot of fun.
John, what was your experience with Bomberman? We didn't catch that.
I played a little bit of Versus. Luke had one. So we would battle on that. I think he had Super Bomberman, and then I got the Bomberman on 64. I think it was Bomberman's Second Attack, and it's like a quest game. Yeah, that one's gone in the wind, man. That game. Yeah, I lost that at some point. So,
yeah, you saw that. The dollar value of the games that you lose. My God, John, you're killing me.
So bad. I don't know. That one was weird. You had a little like sidekick, and it was 3D.
Yeah,
and it was all right. I got it, and then we played it for a little bit, but it wasn't one of my staples. So I don't know. I've had very little Bomberman.
How about you, Matt?
I think my first exposure to Bomberman was similar to you guys, or similar to you, John. I couldn't remember what one you said, but Bomberman 64. That was really the one that introduced me to it. Justin had an N64. I had a Super. So anytime anything new happened on N64, I would go over to his house and we'd play it. And he had that one. That game was awesome. And then as time went on, like you, Nick, I would emulate the previous ones. So I've played most of the Super Nintendo ones.
Yeah, because there's only a couple that actually have came over. There's only I think one or two I think actually came to the States. The rest of the set up in Europe. Yeah, the rest of it over there, or either over in Japan or they may just only came to like the European market. So
that was really strange about this game. Did you get anything on the development?
A little, but I always like to hear you go over because you dig a little deeper than I do.
So what I thought was kind of weird on this one is this game was originally on, well, we call it TurboGrafx, but over in Japan it was called the PC Engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TurboGrafx did not really make a big splash over here. My understanding is the way it was launched in like major cities, and it really didn't get any further than that. So if you want to collect TurboGrafx stuff, you're probably going to get from people who live in the cities. You're not going to find it out in the sticks like us, where we're finding NES games and Super Nintendo and PS1. It wasn't as widespread. Over there, it's a different story. I want to say the PC Engine sold better than the Genesis. I want to say that the PC Engine, if it wasn't the number one spot, it was like the number two. Like, it was very successful over in Japan. A company called NEC made it. NEC, I don't know the arrangement between them and Hudson, but they're very closely linked. Like, there are a lot of Hudson Soft games on the PC Engine. So Hudson Soft, I want to say there's multiple Bombermans. There may be 3.
They had the title. They had the Bomberman titles for a while until Konami ended up taking or licensing.
Yeah, they merged, right?
They merged. Yeah. They merged. So my understanding is Hudson Soft was, I think, around this time trying to do like the sports type things with the Bomberman games, where you almost have like an annual release. So there was a Bomberman 93, which we never got the equivalent over here. And then they released Bomberman 94, which is the one that we played. So this game was developed and published by Hudson Soft.
Yeah.
So when they went to bring it over to the US, and I get screwed up on my timing on these things. Nintendo basically had a stranglehold of the market in North America. And I think that's even extended through the Super Nintendo, but I know it was definitely during the NES era, where if you were a game developer and you made a game for a Nintendo console, you couldn't put that game on another console. There had to be something different. I think that broke at the end of the Super Nintendo era. So some of the games, like, I don't know, Earthworm Jim rings a bell. There had to be some differentiator between them. So again, Hudson Soft was bringing all these Super Bombermans over to North America. So I suspect Sega wanted their own Bomberman. And what I understand was a company called Factor 5. Does that ring a name to you guys?
No.
Nope.
Should it?
Yeah, it should have, John. So Factor 5, the two big franchises that they're known for, and they're known for squeezing every little last drop out of the hardware they're using. The Turrican series.
Yeah, I've just pulled it up.
And then Rogue Squadron. Or
God, yeah.
So Factor
I gotta get that.
5 did an 8-player demo, and pitched it to
Jesus.
it was either Hudson or Sega. I believe it was Hudson. And what Hudson came up with was, no, we're going to go with a Japanese developer. We're going to go with this company West One or
Yep.
Westone, and they're the ones I think that make the Wonder Boy series. So West One, I believe they both developed and published this over in the United States. So
Yep.
Bomberman 94 was only released in Japan on the PC Engine. There was never a TurboGrafx release. And then Mega Bomberman, I believe, wasn't released on the Japanese Sega. It was released in the PAL and North American territories on the Genesis.
Yep.
So kind of
the Mega Drive, hence the Mega Bomberman, and the Genesis that we have in the US.
That's about it. It'd be an interesting timeline to see what the Factor 5 version of this game would be like, because there are some differences between this and the PC Engine version. But the fact that they were ballsy enough to pitch to Hudson, I think it was Hudson, and say, here's an 8-player version. You need 2 Sega Team Player, I think is the name for their multi-tap, to make it run. And that didn't make it over.
Right? How slow would that game go with 8? I wonder.
Well, this game, I want to jump into this before I guess we'll get in the story a little bit here in a minute, but did this game lag on you?
A lot.
Holy moly. And it lagged even on so I played it both because I have it for the Sega Genesis. It was actually the first game I bought for my Sega. And did it as soon as you got, I think, like the water level definitely. Like, I don't know if it's so many textures or if you were starting to get like loading up the screen with bombs, and every bomb went off. It just it came almost to a standstill.
Yeah, it slowed down. He was walking. But the chain reactions definitely seemed to do it when you'd stack, when you had that that rapid deployment power up. Yeah.
Oh, did you mean a time bomb?
No, there was one where you could fill the row, like you hit the
drop a whole shitload of bombs.
Chain carpet bomb.
Yeah.
Nick, I was reading online, it's not regarded positively as a port. So it's well loved for what it was. So if you're a Genesis owner, this is your Bomberman. You have memories with it. The amount of 4-player fun, and we can talk about battle later on, but it is loved by Genesis owners. However, as far as if it is a good port of the original material or not, it's generally regarded as not a good port for the reasons that you mentioned. One, the Genesis doesn't do the amount of colors that the TurboGrafx or the PC Engine will handle. So there's a huge color downgrade in a lot of things. And then there were level effects. So like some of the water levels would shimmer. I don't know, the levels would move. You didn't have the slowdown in the PC Engine version that you had in this. So
you can tell it was just literally set right. It was just pretty much pushed quickly. Like they were trying to get something out for the Sega. Sega wanted it, and they were like, "Can you get to us ASAP for this prior release?" And that's what it felt like. Like they didn't take the time to think to properly port it over.
But it didn't. So here's a weird comment. It didn't seem odd to me that it was. Okay, I take that back. It didn't seem foreign to me that there was a whole lot of slowdown, because when I played the Super Nintendo Super Bombermans, those two had crazy slowdown when you were firing off a lot of bombs like that.
Yeah.
But I think what's surprising is Genesis isn't known for having slowdown in its games. It doesn't do the colors that the Super Nintendo will do, but it's known for being very fast and snappy. So that was kind of something that was surprising to me that a Genesis game did have slowdown like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird because, like I said, it wasn't every level, but you can tell the levels that had more intricacies through them. You definitely had it through there. But let's kind of go back. Does anyone know the story of behind us? No, from Matt.
Nothing.
Probably
I got
definitely not from
nothing.
John.
I could sum it up.
What do you think this summary is? Let's hear your summary.
You are.
A man with
bombs. My wheels are spinning, but there's nothing. Yeah, yeah. Your planet got bombed, so you need to throw more bombs at things to get more bombs to blow up a giant bomb guy, right?
It sounds like the United States foreign policy.
Whoa, hello.
Oh, the no politics thing. I jumped the line and not Nick.
Shit. There's the first time for everything, right?
Right.
So the basic storyline for this is you're on planet Bomber, so that's the name of your planet, and you guys are the whole planet's living in harmony, and then the Buglier came with his robot forces, destroying the spirit pictures, causing the planet to split into 5. Then your Bomberman, with his help from the Rui or the Louis, are to put it back together. So you had to defeat each stage, and it's kind of funny. This is almost actually this pretty much similar storyline to all the Super Bombermans do. I think it's pretty close to it. There, and each 5 stages obviously represents different parts of the planet, but that's pretty much your whole thing there. So
every time I saw that those things were called Louis, the Louis, I sang the song in my head.
I.
Yeah, don't even know what the words are except that too.
Yeah, I didn't realize this. This was actually the first game where they were introduced. So I thought they'd always been part of like the series itself, but this is actually the first game they were introduced. And I definitely liked them better in the other games. They're more polished of their abilities. Because the Louis, as John, you came across, there's a pink Louis that just dances. There's nothing else in dances. It adds nothing besides being, in a sense, a shield or extra life. So if bomb,
it's like a dancing Yoshi.
Yeah, it's pretty much all it is a throwaway there. And just go over the Louis pretty quickly. Yeah, the pink, blue, purple, yellow, and a green. The pink, as I said, dances. The blue allows you to kick bombs over blocks, which can be pretty cool. The purple can jump over blocks. The yellow can kick the blocks and move them over. And then the green can run really fast. So you can cruise across the level. And in the other games, you can't do in this one, or at least I don't remember, I don't think you can, is you're actually able to have, I think, well, actually, what they end up doing is down, I think, in Super Bomberman 4, they got rid of the Louis, and you actually have other rideable machines / creatures. But the cool thing with those, you can actually bank them, so you can actually get like 3 eggs following you, which is kind of always fun. But with this one, it was good. It was good because some of these Louis added extra where if you didn't have like to kick bombs, you can now kick bombs, which made it a little bit easier. Or if you had to, jump over, like you're like, oh, I really don't feel like, you can lay down a bomb with one of them and then jump over the block and be in a nice safe area while the bomb went off. So you can be fairly strategic with them.
John, you're the teacher on this podcast. You're the one that educates us. We always go to you to like, hey, John, tell us the story. Hey, John, tell us about this. If you were to describe Bomberman, like they transported you on some alien planet, how would you describe what Bomberman is?
He's like physical stature. We don't even know.
No, I don't need you to like tell me how big his dick is, but like the game itself,
game?
like the fun, like what is Bomberman the game? Like how would you describe it?
I would say it is a action puzzle game, right?
Yep.
Right, and a lesson in futility because it takes you some serious repetitions on some of these to actually kill something because you got to line up the bombs just right. And in the later levels, it's a pain in the ass to like kill those ones that take a few hits because they're just going to go in their own direction. So you got to keep peppering them. Like, I don't know. I spent a little bit of time in some corners just like throwing bombs out. But yeah, action puzzle game. I think.
Yeah, I think it's fair. I mean, I think if I was to tell somebody, Nick, correct me if you think any of this is not correct. I would describe it as like a grid-based puzzle game. Like you're moving along in a grid. Your explosions, because you're Bomberman, your explosions function in a cross shape and they move along the grid. And your object is to blow up bad guys and collect power-ups, right? I mean...
Yeah. Or, I mean, ultimately, yeah. I mean, you take out bad guys, but ultimately what you really want to do is get to, like, blowing up those globes and just taking out those globes to open up your gateway to get the puzzle piece. I mean, ultimately, that is your goal, is to open up and open up a puzzle piece to open up to the point where you can take the end boss there. You can get through the whole level without actually destroying any enemies if you don't want to. I mean, very hard, obviously, to do so. It's also, I think, something that becomes a challenge on this game because, like you said, John, it can be repetitive, but at the same time, if you're not paying attention, like I said, you lay off a bomb and you're like, oh snap, I laid off a bomb accidentally next to me and I can't kick it because I wasn't paying attention. Oh, I can't pick it up. I can't do anything. So next thing you know, you're killing yourself. Or you're like, oh, how far does that bomb go? Am I far enough away? You get caught in the crossfire of that bomb. You know,
you'd set a bunch off. Like I've got a bunch of bombs lined up in this structure, and I don't know. We'll get into power ups, I guess, at some point.
Actually, that's kind of we can lead right into this because I was going to ask, what's your guys' favorite power ups?
Detonator, man. Remote detonator.
Remote bomb. The landmine bomb. Yeah.
Made it so easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the chain too. That was cool. Just allowed you to throw it down, throw the hot dog down the hallway.
Slap her down.
Yeah.
I had at one point, I think it's 12 bombs, 10 bombs, or 12 bombs is the max amount of bombs you can have. Because I laid them all down, like I did, like you like going against a boss, I would literally go like up the middle and just lay in between each thing, and then run on to the other side and just detonate them all off. That way, I was guaranteed to hit the enemy or boss.
That was a cool. I don't remember that from other Bomberman games, and it might be just I wasn't playing them right and I wasn't paying attention. Is that new? Is that exclusive to this?
What?
The laying down the chain of bombs, the dropping 12 bombs in a line and just nuking
I think that's a form of just strategy doing it. Because I mean, ultimately, you want to hit the bomb. So that's always been my strategy, is to have a good chain of bombs that have a really good distance. Because the thing always, as well as depending on the boss and some of the Bombermans, is they had either a power ability to either dodge the bomb or set your bomb off as well. But the thing is, if you don't have the time bomb power up, is you had to make sure you can run. Because if you didn't, like say, like the volcano boss that you get in one of the levels. When he sits out his blue fire, lights off on your bombs. If you're too close, you're getting yourself nicked and killed pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I say my favorite was probably the time and the kick.
Yeah, being able to kick, that was a huge thing. Like I'd find that you'd run around and you'd just be nuking blocks left and right. You're just mowing down. Like you'd get into a rhythm. It's like, I'm going to hit here. This will take out 2 blocks. I'll move down here. This will hit 3. And then I'll work my way through. And then you become cocky and stupid and you get too smart for yourself and you pin yourself in behind a bomb.
I did that so much.
Over and over.
Oh.
So yeah, the kick power up is awesome.
Yeah, as much as in real life, I am a planner, and I'm a little meticulous. In video games, I throw caution to the wind. Like I die in multiplayer shooters all the time. Like just charge head first.
Oh, last night I was playing through and I got the kick capability, and I didn't have the time bomb yet. And I'd laid off a bomb, and I was actually counting, see how long it'd take for the bomb to go off from the time I placed it. So I was kicking across there trying to nail this one enemy because I didn't want to get near him, and he was going up and down, and I was just trying to get the timing right so it explode as it went in his lane, so it'd kill him. Like I spent literally the majority of my time just trying to do that, get the timing down, just so I could. Oh, okay, it takes this long to go across this, so this is the speed. Yeah. I got really nerdy and started doing math. Okay, if I kick it here, it's going to go this fast across there, and it's going to take this long to. By the time it reaches him, it'll actually blow up.
See, you put so much more thought in this than I did. That you would strategize and time out your bombs. My playthrough, I played it on a PSP while I was watching Outlander. And when her tits got ripped out, or like there was any tits at all, I would stop playing. I'd pause it, and then I would go back to playing Bomberman when the tits went away.
Tits out, no Bomberman. Tits away,
good show, man.
That's what got me on the Scotch kick. Just drinking it left and right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I think I just how my mind works. That I just enjoy like finding, Like I also found something that was different. This one differed from the other ones I played is they capped your bomb expansion as well. So in this one, your bomb can only go so far, even if you keep on getting more and more power ups, which I actually liked as well because it can get pretty dangerous. Like I said, if you get up, you can actually go across the whole map pretty easily.
Yeah.
So that's how you find yourself getting killed more often. So I like how they did that. Some power ups I kind of missed, and I didn't realize it was not in this one. Like there's the spike power up.
I was going to ask you. I didn't see that at all, and I remember that from the other games.
Yeah.
So there's no.
And I always like that one because that went through enemies or went through blocks as well, so you can actually destroy multiple blocks.
Yeah.
I was actually bringing up and trying to see what the power-ups were on this one.
We're all checking our phones trying to read up different info at the same time.
No, John's just ignoring everything.
I'm reading.
The good news is I can edit out silence. What's side tangent while you're looking this up? Nikki has this one show, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's these 2 girls, and they talk really, really fast. And they talk faster than what a human could understand somebody and respond. So you can tell it's like scripted. I can't remember what she was telling me, but it's like double the script of some other show just because they talk so fast. And I was telling sometimes when I edit the podcast, if we have a lot of silences, I'll edit out the blank space. But what happens is if I get a little overzealous, it sounds off and it sounds very fake because someone can answer quicker than what really your mind could process it and then give out an intelligent answer.
Yeah.
Like, we're not that smart. Like I can trim silence and make us sound smarter, but we're not that smart.
No. That's a fine line you got to walk there.
We're the dumbest retro gaming podcast on the internet.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is a good chunk, actually, and I actually didn't see some of these. Skate is another one. I actually was a big fan of that one. If you can get that, so that allowed you to just increase your movement speed. Kick,
Yep.
obviously. Detonator, the tri bomb, so you get the carpet. You're there. Bomberman, which gives you extra life. Heart, which absorbs one hit for Bomberman receives. Brick, which allows you to walk through bricks. That's actually a badass one too.
Because you don't get pinned.
No, you don't get pinned at all. You can actually pretty much just cruise through the level once you get that.
Yep.
Bomb walkthrough, that's a good one too. The clock I never liked, and throughout those,
Why?
it stops moving for 10 seconds. I just never really found it useful.
Yeah.
Realistically, I think I'd found it useful probably. I don't know. I just never found it really truly useful. Then Sandal, which gives Bomberman a 15-second bonus game after exiting the stage. Which I got
What?
that. Yeah, you never got that?
I never got that.
Oh, I get that all the time. So if you beat
Is it the coin
What?
game?
yeah, the little coin game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. What is that? Now explain the coin game. I didn't know what I
It's just your point. It's just your point. So if you had leftover blocks,
Yep.
soft blocks, those turn into coins, and you would go and grab the coins.
So how did you make that work? So I didn't understand that. So if you got that sandal, then were you not supposed to blow up any more blocks so that they would stay for coins later on?
I mean, I guess if you want points, that's there.
I never understood that. Okay, so I did have that a couple times.
Yeah.
What was your favorite boss?
First one. It just
That was pretty funny.
It's just
Giant banana.
it was just so comical.
I
mean,
found-
stage 2 boss was kind of stupid looking. The mecha stone giant, whatever.
Yeah.
I think the third stage, I think the water one was a real bitch. I had a problem. I think that was the one. Was it a lobster or something like that? I had a real
Yeah, the
problem.
crab.
Yeah, lobster.
That one fucked me up.
Yeah. Yeah, the bat guy wasn't too bad.
No. And the enemies are fairly easy, especially if you got a good chunk of power ups. Like the kick with a time bomb going against them made it a lot easier. Especially the monkey guy. I literally just kick bombs at the monkey and just explode bombs, and then a banana would die. So it didn't take much.
That statement in any other situation would make absolutely. I would kick bombs
kick
at the
the
monkey, and then the banana would die.
Oh, animal abuse there. So yeah, so you like to slam and see, or you thought slam and see was your most difficult, Matt?
Yeah, I had a hard time with that boss. I think he's the one that kept throwing bubbles that would blow up my bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can't remember, but I remember the water world was a problem.
Yeah.
Everything after that was kind of a smooth sailing until the last boss.
I like that these worlds were double named. So, they had the forest. It was called the Mori Mori Forest. Yeah. And it was the Achi Achi Mountain.
Oh,
Jam
you're
and Jungle
with the
Sea,
actual the Japanese names for it, because in America
that's what they're called. Yeah, and then
in America they're just called Jam and Jungle is the Mori Mori Forest. Vexen Volcano, Slam and Sea, the Cranking Castle.
Be the Bomberman 94.
Yeah.
Got the wrong thing pulled up. Whoops.
Oh, he's screwing it up.
Bomberman 94, damn it.
Yeah, and the Cranking Castle, the vampire.
Yeah.
Then you get so they actually had names too for the bosses. So it was Big Banana Monkey was what I think it's just called, the Mega Bomberman. But it's Saru and Bananacher. Banana Acker.
Bananacher.
Yeah.
Banaka.
Banaka. Then for Pyramid Ganji.
Oh no, Lava Land, yeah.
Ganja?
Ganji?
It's Gon and Big G.
The ganja? Smoke on the ganja.
Let's see, the lobster one, the Baku Baku Sea is Grub Robs.
What?
And the Kura Castle is Komori Count.
Oh, because it's a vampire. Ah.
And the Yuki Yuki Land is Queen Ayobi.
Yeah.
Then your final boss is the Buglia, which is just a little round dude that looks.
So,
but he's the one. He's actually become. He's your actual boss, like the boss in a lot of them too. In Super Bomberman 3 and 4, he's the boss.
who would win between Mega Man and Bomberman?
Mega Man.
Bomberman.
Nick? Huh?
Bomberman.
Mega Man would kill Bomberman, take his powers, and then bomb a second version of Bomberman with that bomb. He is a super fighting robot, Mega Man.
But so isn't, I mean, in a sense, Bomberman is supposed to be a cyborg robot. Depending on
As
which
they
one.
tried to do on the Xbox 360. Have you ever seen that bullshit?
Well, so in the original, like the actual Bomberman, like the very first Bomberman, it apparently, I guess it's supposed to be called Load Runner.
There's a game called Load Runner, and I think
That's what
Bomberman...
it was supposed to be.
It looks like him.
It's supposed to be based off of it. Where he's supposed to be a robot in a bomb factory making bombs. He wanted to be human.
I don't have a whole lot more to talk about this other than multiplayer was the one thing I wanted to touch on. Nick, just to jump back, is there anything else you want to talk about? Because
the game is straightforward. You mean you go through each level there, but that's where actually I had most of my fun was on a multiplayer with this. So obviously we didn't play multiplayer because we were all doing there. I mean, you could play against the computer, I think. Any of you guys play against the computer?
No.
Nah.
No, I used to when I was emulating like Super Nintendo games.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man.
My friend would always play doubles on this game and beat through the game, but like we would get like
Nick, you're walking away from the mic. No one knows what you're saying.
1 second. Sorry, my dog started freaking out, so I was seeing what's going on. There. I play a lot with my friends. We emulated, so we would all sit around our computer. One little like the old like computers, and we each have one of us will have a keyboard. One might have a Joy-Con, a little joypad, but other than that, like we'd all share like a certain section of the keyboard, and like someone would have like SWAD with like ZX and maybe the space bar, whereas the other person might be using the directional pad with the number pads as well. So, but it was always fun because like there was different abilities depending on what you were doing. So,
yeah. The thing with Bomberman games, I think, is, and I think Smash Brothers has kind of dethroned Bomberman in this regard, but for the longest time, the party game was Bomberman.
It was fun, man.
The reason, so multi-taps, I would argue the reason why multi-taps exist is because of Bomberman. Now, someone's going to say, well, sports games used it too. I don't give a shit. Fuck sports games. Like, the Super Nintendo had a Bomberman-shaped multi-tap. And in the US, it was packaged. Not that particular one, but the multi-tap was packaged with it. On the Genesis, like, you had, I suppose reasons to have a multi-tap because the Genesis had a lot of sports games. But let's be real. you had it for Bomberman. Like that was the game.
Yeah.
Like everyone, like you get a bunch of people over, you blow the shit up out of each other. It's so simple to understand that grandma can play with you, but it's so frantic. Like it is. I wouldn't say it's the original party game, but my God, it's got to be. If you had like the pantheon of party games, this has got to be in it.
It was a lot of fun. I remember playing with 4 people. I think Luke. I brought my multi-tap to Luke's house for Bomberman.
My before I die, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to start preparing for it this year. So Saturn Bomberman, I believe, has the most people that can play a single game of Bomberman at one point. Using 2 multi-taps, you can get 10 people playing one single game of Bomberman.
Didn't
I want to play 10-player Saturn Bomberman. I will pay friends. I don't know if I have enough friends to come play Bomberman. I will pay people like, hey, you bum on the street. I've got 6 friends and I need to get to 10. Come play Saturn Bomberman at my house.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you got to find people that have Saturn accessories, right?
I will be the facilitator of the Saturn accessories.
You're going to buy 10 Saturn controllers?
Yes, I am.
All right.
This is my goal in life. Nikki doesn't know this. I hope she's asleep in the other room because if she hears this, when I get up the podcast, no, you're not. You're not buying a Saturn and 10 controllers.
Why is there $1,200 missing? Well,
it's like when I have a pickup, it's like, did you need this? Did you really need this? It's like, I gotta justify buying this controller or the other 11 that are on order.
So something like also that. So this game was just pretty much straightforward. I mean, it's kind of cool with on this one though. Is with the battle is your characters. You can actually choose different type of characters. What ones you want too. Did you ever actually take a look at the battle on this?
I saw a screenshot online. And the only reason why I say that, Nick, is I was going to mention that I was shitting all over the cover of this game for having a guy with a mohawk. I was like, oh, look, Genesis is being friggin' stupid and edgy with its Bomberman. But a mohawk guy is an option in this. You
can also have a miner, a big fat guy, a robot guy. So, yeah, you actually had different characters. Which ended up harking, I think, into, like, they end up developing some of these, I think, into actual bomber people as well later down the road. So, something this one didn't have in other Bombermans, you can actually have, like, a spectator kind of deal. So, what happens if you got bombed out of the ring is you actually can go around the ring, throw bombs. It's just like there. Yeah. And if you kill someone, you can actually put yourself back in as well, depending on the rules. You can't do it with this one.
Right.
So
I do remember that. Yeah.
This was the first one with the Ruai as well, but they changed those. I think they just like, hey, why do we have something that dances? There's no need for this. It's useless. But I mean, it's a fun game. It's one of those games, like you said, Matt. I think it's a great little party game, and I think that and until probably Smash Brothers, this would have been good. But I think this would be still a good game to play even now.
Oh, absolutely. Don't take what I said to mean that this game doesn't hold up. Without a shadow of doubt. I mean, when my kids figure out how to run controllers, I have a multi-tap, or I will have a multi-tap waiting for them so I can play. Like, I don't have enough people to play Bomberman with, and I don't have enough friends to play Bomberman with that live close by. I'm going to have to keep making kids so that I can have enough to play my Bomberman with. Like, that's not why you start a family. You want to play Bomberman?
Well, you do a traditional Irish family or something.
If I get a Saturn, right? That's Nikki's really going to kick down the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fun game, quick, easy. Even John, you were able to cook through it even with the lack of time you probably had.
Yeah, I got a good chunk out.
So I was kind of worried. I'm like, oh, because obviously we were supposed to record last week, but things obviously life happened. So,
what would you rank it? I mean, like some number wise, because I know we do score and ranking, and I'll have to edit a lot of this out, Nick.
Yeah.
Because I didn't send you the list ahead of time. So there's going to be a lot of like, oh, well, your number 6 is this, da 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 da. But number wise, what would you guys score it if you guys were to score Mega Bomberman?
Against what we have so far, or just in general?
Nope. You generally do a numerical score.
Okay, just a straight numerical.
Yep.
I mean, this one in particular, maybe a 7.
Yeah.
I'd say a solid 7 because it's just fun and it hits a nostalgic factor. But like you said, like some of the colors are just kind of bland. Some of like the fact that some of the power ups are not as strong, you're limited, stuff of that nature. But I say solid 7 for this for me.
John, what do you think?
6.8.
Yeah. I'm right around you guys because my problem when I think of what I would score this is the single player wasn't anything that blew me away. But to be fair, no single player in Bomberman. Like, it's fun. It's a fun little game. Bomberman is multiplayer and we're on opposite ends of the state or we're separated. I think had we all been in the same room playing this game, it has shot right up our score because it's so much fun to play Bomberman with your friends. Like couch co-op, this is the game,
Yeah.
We'll have to see if we can do that battle next time.
Maybe we should all invest into Super Bomberman R.
It's cheap, dirt cheap.
Yeah,
it's like
nice.
$15-20, I think.
I think if I was to rank this, I think on my playthrough, I think I'd stick this in between Pokemon Crystal and Silhouette Mirage. I think the multiplayer is that's where I would put it. There's a lot of games I loved a lot more than this one on that, but in the back of my mind, I'm constantly thinking like, man, this is multiplayer. Like, this is why you own a multi-tap. This is why multi-taps exist. And I'm looking at the other games on my list thinking, well, if I had you guys over and I was playing this game, I would enjoy this game a lot more playing with you guys than I would Episode 1 Racer. Or I would enjoy this more than, so that's where I'm putting it, is between Pokemon Crystal and Silhouette Mirage.
So mine would probably be between Aladdin and Super Metroid.
All right, so hold on. Let me look to see what your ranking is. So, Nick, you have Aladdin and Aladdin for Genesis, both of them, in your 12 and 11 spot, and then your Mother 3 was number 10. Your Super Metroid. Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm being an idiot. I don't know how to read. God, I'm fucking stupid. Okay, I see exactly where you'd put it.
Yeah.
So you put Aladdin above it and Super Metroid below it. John, whereabouts in your list do you think, and I'll try to tell you what you have?
Probably like 20, 22.
So what do you say, John? What was that again? You said 20?
23.
23. So it bump Sonic the Hedgehog out, and above you rate it above Sonic the Hedgehog in a sense, and above Pokemon Crystal. But
above Crystal,
but below Space Station Silicon Valley.
Ooh, I don't know, man. I don't know why Space Station's that high. That game has not aged. Every time I think about it, I'm like, I should have ranked that lower.
It's permanent. It's set in stone, my friend. I mean, you've got Ghouls and Ghosts and Space Station Silicon Valley next to each other.
Those can just fucking go down the toilet.
So above Silhouette Mirage or below Silhouette Mirage?
Oh, above, I think. Yeah.
All right. So above Aladdin or below Aladdin? Man, we're working this list, Nick.
Below Aladdin. There we go.
Below Aladdin, above Silhouette Mirage. Next episode, I will come up with the official list when I'm coherent, and it will make a lot more sense than this bullshit does.
No, man. That was rough.
Speaking of next time, what game, Matt? It's your turn.
So,
what game are we going to try to go for?
There's a 90% chance this is our last episode. So,
look at that.
So, to our listeners, this has been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed this podcast. I've enjoyed spending time with my friends, talking about video games, and I've enjoyed the fact that people somehow find us entertaining. with that said, if this podcast continues, which I wholeheartedly believe it won't with my selection, I would like to play a game that originally was supposed to be episode 9 and is now going to be like 30 or 31, some bullshit like that, 32. I want to play Metal Gear Solid for the Sony PlayStation. Ooh. I've already started it, so you fuckers have to commit. I'm an hour and a half in. I'm not talking about you, Nick. I know you're along for the ride. John, I'm talking about you.
Oh, man. I love it. Like, peak summer month right here. It's gonna be tough. I'll try.
I need you to get to the halfway mark. After that, I don't give a fuck.
You can do it, John. I believe in you. I started a new gig and I'm gonna somehow make my way through it.
It can be save stated. So you got that working for you?
Yep.
I'm excited. I'm actually really excited. I've never actually played this game. I've watched my friends play it. I think my stepdad used to play it quite a bit too. So that means my next round I can't do a PlayStation game. Son of a bitch.
It doesn't matter. At this point, we've got it.
I'm gonna push out something. I think maybe a 64 game's up my alley.
Ooh. So John, you've got to be thinking then, because John, you're up after me.
Yeah, whatever John picks, I'll have to find something.
It's gonna be summer, so John's gonna pick like Bubble Bobble, something that he doesn't.
I love that game.
15 minutes, we're done.
I got a lot of history with that one.
Dig Dug.
Dig Dug. Fuck
Dig
yeah.
Dug.
There it is.
Imagine talking for an hour and a half about Dig Dug.
Oh, God.
Well, this guy inflated and died. Repeat 900 times.
That's not true. I could tell. I bet I could tell a 30-minute story about Dig Dug. If
yeah, man, you can spin it.
So there he was, standing at the top of the abyss.
And then, can you imagine if like they did like a Dig Dug now, like with graphics and everything? Like you just see this like epic man, like with like a jump down this hole with a shovel and just like, see a dragon and send a spike to it and just start blowing it up.
You ready to have your mind blown? Your mind ready to be blown? Dig Dug is Mr. Driller's dad. You guys haven't played Mr.
Driller?
You haven't played Mr. Driller?
Fuck no.
What the fuck's wrong with you? All right. Puzzle episode. John's playing Mr. Driller.
Oh, God.
All right.
Let's close this up, guys. Let's close this up.
This is
you guys
bullshit.
are getting delirious. You're rambling. You're drunk. Go to bed to your wives.
Yeah.
Take us out, Nick.
As always, thank you so much for listening, guys. Please follow us on our socials. We're on Instagram and Twitter at spin-retro. Also in our profiles for both is our Discord, where you can join and chat with us. Complain to John if you need to. But we also talk about Game of the Week. Play with us. We can get information. We can add it in. And just a place also where we all can talk, about video games, retro video games in specific. Anything else there? Next time, can't wait.
There's a 90% chance the podcast is over. There's a 90%. That other like 10%, split that like 5% chance if the podcast isn't canceled, it'll be a different game because that's so 5% chance we'll be playing Metal Gear Solid.
I'm gonna inverse those numbers. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking 95% chance playing a different game, or 90% chance of playing a different game, 5% of playing actually Metal Gear Solid, then 5% chance of us getting canceled.
Getting canceled.
We're just gonna get canceled on Twitter.
100% chance John puts in 1 hour.
And that doesn't matter what the game is. All right, well, you guys have a good one.
Later, guys.
Later.